Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, Alexa. Guten Abend. Guten Abend. And hello, Rubio. Rubio Rosa. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Blanca. Bianca, I'm sorry. Bianca. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. And if you don't think that Happy Monday is as happy as Happy Sunday, as Happy Friday, you need a new job. Because usually when people say there's no Happy Mondays, it's because they hate their job. Do you like my crown? Anyway, today is Monday, and we're doing a tarot, and we're gonna be working with the Dark Wood Tarot. Hello, Anne. We're gonna be working with the B Tarot, and today I remember that I've never shown you the inside of the box that has bees, and it has a message. Did the bees understand the mysteries of the druids, or did the bees perhaps give them access to those mysteries? Of course, written by a druid. And the Witch's Wisdom Tarot by Phyllis Carrot. The other one is Christopher Hughes. This is Phyllis Carrot. And the inside of this box is also so beautiful. And the bag for the tarot. I swear to you, I'm talking the whole day. I'm okay. The minute I come to do the coffee break, there's a frog on my throat. I don't understand. I don't understand. Did I say hi to Anne? Anne Low writes. Hi, Anne and Rubio and Bianca and Alexa. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's pull our first card of today, and the first card that we're gonna pull today is gonna be from the Witch's Tarot, the Phyllis Carrot humongous deck. I mean, and I have big-ish hands, and I can barely hold this. Ugh. I'm 5'6", and my hands are what I consider big. I'm tall for a Mexican. Alexa says someone needs to speak their truth in our little collective. Maybe the frog. Yes. Hi, Jessica. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, let me see what is the first card from the Witch's Wisdom. May the divine let us see what we need to see, and may that information be used for the greater good. And so be it. What we got? What we got? Ooh, we have the Witch of Water. I can't help it, folks. And if I don't do it, I'm gonna drown on my throat. So I all morning I've been at it about. I've been talking to my husband. You're not the first people I talk to, and then my throat is all crazy. Hello, Euphoria, and hello, La Vela de Candle. So, our first card for today, the Witch of Water. The Witch of Water. And it says, being fully open to your feelings can be a roller coaster, a raw and sometimes challenging experience. The Water Witch can show you how to be present with all of your feelings, and especially how to delight in your wild and sensual nature. She knows that water takes the shape of its container, Ask and she will show you how to shape yourself into an iridescent vessel that joyfully contains all the waters of life. Oh, thank you, Jessica. Jessica says, I wish I could bring you a cup of tea. I do have a cup of coffee, but I really don't understand where this comes from because I was just literally talking to my husband like, and then I start the coffee break and all the frogs come out. But thank you, Jessica. Anyway, the Witch of Water. Being fully open to your feelings can be a roller coaster, a raw and sometimes challenging experience. The Water Witch can show you how to be present with all of your feelings, and especially how to delight in your wild and sensual nature. She knows that water takes the shape of its container. Ask and she will show you how to shape yourself into an iridescent vessel that joyfully contains all the waters of life. With all the frogs. All the frogs in the water. Please forgive me. I'm proud of myself because back in the day, when I just started the coffee break and that happened, I will nearly die of shame. And right now, I'm like, shame is a colonizer construct, just like blame and guilt. I'm a human. That's part of the human experience. Rahisi says green tea with lemon and honey can help with that. It works for me. It's not anything other than I just started the video and it started happening. I don't have anything. It's not a cold. It's not allergy. It's not nothing other than I start telling you the things on the cards. And somebody said about a trick on Instagram, I think. They say cover your nose and swallow your saliva. And that supposedly cleans your pipes. I don't know if it's true, but looks like it did the trick. Anyway, speaking of tricks, I saw Alexa and Jessica, and there's the Bruja Neus all the way from Argentina. The Tarot the Hero's Journey workshop. There are 3 entries left. So the thing with our online workshops is we are going to be doing online workshops. The thing with the workshops online is they're going to be very limited because of the media, because we are doing it online. We really want to give the intimacy and the attention to everybody, just like what we do in person. Oh. Of course, with the in-person workshops, I have my team with me and they can help me if there is a need or something happening. But when it's online, it's basically, excuse me, just us sharing with each other. So we limit it to 10 tickets. With that said, there are only 3 tickets left for the Tarot the Hero's Journey that will happen on April 13. And it's not only the low count warning, but also the early bird ends on Sunday. So run, don't walk this week to buy your ticket so you can get one of the last 3 tickets. There's going to be 10 tickets for the public and then my 3 apprentices / team. So it's going to be 14 of us. It's going to be really intimate and good. All right, Darkwood Tarot. Let's see what the messages are. We have 1 and 2. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And we have the King of Swords and we have the Star. And this is a very sweet and very direct, very positive and illuminated message. Hello, Richard. When is it and what hours? Sandia, the workshop is going to be on April 13th from 12 to 4 online. And you might want to check your email because Sandia, like Jessica, and other people that have been to my workshops before, you get a special discount on top of the early bird. So check your spam or check your promotions if it is a Gmail and find the email that was sent, I think Friday or last week, sometime last week, with the special discount, because people that have been to my workshops get, on top of the early bird, you get a little extra discount. Hello, Richard. So we have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is telling us to speak our mind and to be direct, to be assertive, to have integrity, to have our thoughts matching our feelings and our actions, right, as well. It's a regal energy that is saying, you know, own your words, own your communication, have that ownership or that um, agency of your thoughts and your mind and how you communicate. For those who know what I'm going to say, very Ehekat energy. I'm tardy today, Monday, as the song goes. Nobody wants to get up on Mondays. Nobody does. The second card that we have today is the card of the star. And the star obviously speaks of illumination, speaks of light coming, clarity coming, wisdom coming, and the hope, the hope of resilience, the hope of wisdom, which I was watching Sandia's your video of the words that came out of the workshop, and yep, it's very much like this, you know, hope. Oh, Forrest says also, Eid Mubarak, the time of fasting is over. Eid Mubarak, am I pronouncing correctly? So the star, the hope, the renewal, the new beginnings, we take it all. We take all that. We take all the good that can come. And hello, Jessica Hernandez. I just saw your message with Sandia. So if you were here on Friday, we were talking about the scavenger hunt. So we are this close. We are this close to have 3,000 followers on Instagram. And because of that, we want to celebrate. We're going to have a scavenger hunt. What is the scavenger hunt going to look like? Well, first of all, you want to like our Instagram page, Magia Cerati. Secondly, you want to invite your friends to come and like our page so we can go over the 3,000. And you and your friend sign up at bluewitch.org for the newsletter. On the newsletter, there's a clue. You keep the clue. You don't tell people the clue, because if you tell the clue, you screw yourself. You find the clue, you keep it for you. It's private. And on April 30th, which will be the last coffee break of April, the first person that types the clue gets a 30% discount on any of my services. What? That is a deep, deep discount. And it's 30% because we're going to be celebrating 3,000. So scavenger hunt, sign up for the newsletter, read the newsletter, make sure you find the clue, keep it to yourself, don't tell anybody, and then come to a coffee break. Come to every coffee break because you know you get free reading. But on the 30th, the first person who writes the clue wins a 30% discount on any of our services. And the more people you tell, the more, you know, people that sign up for the newsletter, the more we keep the scavenger hunt going. Andrea was saying the whole year. I don't think we're going to keep it the whole year, maybe just a couple months. But it, you know, I have to see if it works because I want to see how many people sign up for the newsletter. Anyway, let's do this. This is our last oracle card. Oh, two came together. Look at how they stuck to my hand. Two came together. Hello, Mases Mundo. Piali. And colorful art by Eva. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Is it a holiday? It seems to me like a lot of people are off from work. So first we have the Four of Jars. Four of Jars, which will be this one. Okay. But it came out reverse for us. So let's see what it says. A period of stagnation is coming to an end. You have finally seen through the apathy and discovered what you need to do. You have always contained the answer. It was obvious, but perhaps fear held you back. Yeah, you made it to the last two, dear. And fear not, they're always, when the reading ends, when the live ends, the video stays. And if not, you can come to my Instagram. And if not, what the heck? You can come to my website, bluewitch.org, and go to the video side, and you can get all the videos there. Oh, that is so true. Euphoria says, there's an Islamic holiday, but there is also Trans Day of Visibility. And we stand together with all the trans and queer and two-spirit and people who exist in all the beautiful colors of the rainbow. Yeah. So, but obviously, trans people, today is their day, Trans Day of Visibility. And reverse Four of Jars. A period of stagnation is coming to an end. You have finally seen through the apathy and discovered what you need to do. You have always contained the answer. It was obvious, but perhaps fear held you back. Fear was holding you back. And then we have the Five of Swords. And once. Where are the swords? Here they are. Five of Swords. Oh my God, come on, Laura. There it is. So this is the Five of Swords. Look, Sandia has a carpintero over there. What is it called? Woodpecker? Five of Swords. Richard, go out and be seen, honey. That is the word. And this one came upright for us, right? Upright, right? If you feel that somebody has it for you, you are probably right. If something doesn't ring as true, the likelihood is that it is not. You might need to evaluate your own actions, for you might be the perpetrator of destruction and malice on another person or persons. You may believe that your actions are justified, but are they? Is there another way to solve this? This is coming. You know, it's interesting that we have the King of Swords that is talking about us communicating with integrity. And then on the next card pull, we have the Five of Swords. Richard said, you say it the way I wrote it. Well, I think I can kind of read your cadence when you speak. You know, we have gotten to know each other pretty well, Richard. And yes, that was a woodpecker. But I find it very interesting that we had the King of Swords again, telling us about our integrity and tell us about speaking our truth and being true to ourselves, but also to have that nuance, right? That when we speak our mind, there is a possibility that we are going to hurt somebody else. And sometimes, here's the thing, if we speak our mind and we think we might hurt somebody else, I believe that a little bit of honey, you know, just to tell the person, hey, don't take it personal. I don't mean to hurt you. I wish this doesn't cut our ties or our relationship or whatever, but this is my truth and I have to stand on it, you know. But when the conflict has reached this kind of level, you're at the five, right? You're a five of swords. Um, it is important that we take a stand. It really is one of those cards that is telling you take a stand, and everybody's going to be hurt in one way or another. So they are going to be hurt and you might be hurt. Why? Because you might lose the friendship, because you might have to move away from them, because you might lose some privileges, because when there is conflict, nobody wins. And then on the long run, you win because you stood your ground and you stood your truth. But the truth of the matter is that there is painful, there's growing pains. Them are the growing pains. Alexa says, this makes me afraid after the last one said, fear not. And again, it's not necessarily for you to be fearful, but it's for you to be conscious, to weigh all your possibilities. A conversation could, and then there's the other thing. And I'm telling you this for experience. I'm a professional overthinker. I am a professional overthinker. We have this, scenarios that we create on our mind, which is a two-edged sword, right? It's good and bad because you're prepared for the worst. And then you go have the conversation and the other person's like, oh, okay, cool, whatever, So you never know. And Alexa says, no longer afraid, you're right. I got to communicate clearly. Time to say goodbye to this job and go. You reading have perfect timing. Oh, thank you, Richard. And I hope for everybody. So let's repeat what the Five of Swords is telling us here. And remember, these are all sentences that are separated, right? Separated messages. So it's not all the messages apply. Is one of these might apply to you. If you feel that somebody has it for you, you are probably right. If something doesn't ring as true, the likelihood is that it is not. You might need to evaluate your own actions, for you might be the perpetrator of destruction and malice on another person or persons. You might believe that your actions are justified, but are they? Is there another way to solve this? And those are all the tricky moving parts of conflict resolution. Nobody in the history of ever has got up, well, except some assholes that I'm not going to mention, and say, I'm going to go tell somebody something so I can hurt him. Most people wake up in the morning and say, I hope I have a good day. And then sometimes the things that we say come out sideways. And if we are on the receiving end, we ought to speak up. Like, hey, your sword is penetrating my eardrum. Or, hey, I don't want to bring out my sword, but there's something I have to tell you. Right? Richard says, I was late and show up for the message. And Alexa says, I second this. Yeah, guys, I mean, boundaries, communication, it's all part of the game, especially nowadays that people are taking cruelty and equating cruelty with honesty. And being honest and being cruel are two different things. So not telling it like it is not being a cruel baby man that cannot regulate their emotions. That is not honesty. That is cruelty and immaturity and lack of emotional intelligence and all those things. But honesty is being honest with the person and say, I don't mean to hurt you. I don't want to hurt me. I don't want us to hurt. But I need to tell you that I don't agree on this, and that. And then the other person can have two reactions. The first reaction, they could change their behavior and then nothing is lost. Or the other person could say, F you, I don't want to be around you anymore, bye. And that might hurt your feelings, but your feelings being hurt at the moment you're having the conversation compared to how your feelings have been hurt before you had the conversation outweighs you having the conversation. It's like ripping up the band-aid. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I love our Blue Witch community. I really am in love with all of you. Please go to bluewitch.org. If you haven't found the email with the extra discount for the Hero's Journey, let me know. I have the code. I don't have the code. I will have to ask Andrea for the code, but you know, Andrea has the code. That's an extra discount on the already early bird ticket. But if you want to wait until April 6th and catch the last 3 tickets and you want to pay for full price, it's $100, go for it. I'd appreciate if you want to pay full price, or if you have the possibility to pay full price and you want to pay full price, thank you. Otherwise, tips are welcome, and you can tip me at Venmo at Blue Witch, Cashapp at $0 Blue Witch 1, or Zelle bluewitch at bluewitch.org, or you can hire me for a service. I do tarot readings, I do cleansings, I do dream interpretations. Oh, Richard, your Blue Witch community loves you. It's our community. It's our community. Our Blue Witch community is just beautiful. We are beautiful. And there's another workshop online on the works. So we're going to have another workshop online at the end of May. I was not going to tell you, but I already told you. Okay. Bye, everybody. Until we meet again, never, ever, ever forget that you are loved. Bye-bye.